the Experience Pros radio show, home of the original Fan Braggin' Fridays. Take just 20 seconds to become a business revolutionary by sharing a Fan Braggin' story of great customer service by using the hashtag FanBrag or calling the Fan Braggin' hotline at 855-FAN-BRAG, FANBRAG. Now back to Angel and Eric, the Experience Pros.
We're so happy that you are here. We know that you have a positive work environment, right? Everybody gets along. Everybody's lifting each other up. But what do we do about the epidemic that seems to be facing our children? Childhood bullying has become such a widespread problem that a community in Wisconsin has even proposed levying $1,000 fines against the parents of bullies. Our guest expert today, he says in most cases, though, bullied children can't count on assistance from their city council, so it's up to the parents to help them find solutions. And in extreme situations, he says fighting back might be the answer, but only as a last resort. Our expert is Jerry Bola. He is with martialartextreme.com, martialartextreme.com. He has practiced martial arts for nearly 4 decades. He's the creator of the Martial Art Extreme DVD program. He says, but what is perhaps even more important is the confidence that comes with martial arts training. Jerry Bola, welcome to the Experience Pros Radio Show.
Thank you.
Thanks for being here today. Okay, so bullying. I mean, this is something that we are seeing. It just seems to be on an epidemic rise. Ricky Lee, I don't know if it was a big thing when you were a kid. Mm-hmm. I mean, I think everybody feels like they were bullied at one point or another. Jerry, were you bullied yourself as a kid?
Yeah, I was a smaller kid in school. I mean, I'm not that tall now, but I was picked on when I was in grade school. It went on to, grade 8, I think right up to when I quit school. Basically quit school because of it.
You dropped out of school because you were being bullied. I mean, we're seeing children committing suicide, committing suicide over being bullied. Where do we start? How do we stop this? Because this isn't just something that's going away, and it's not just a little problem. This is a biggie.
Well, it's got to start at a young age because it happens in schools early, even as young as say kindergarten. Just pushing and shoving. I think if people had more confidence, it would help lots. Parents, I think, have to put their kids in some kind of martial art training or train them or train with them and give them that little bit of confidence so they're not picked on.
I know there's some martial arts programs here in Colorado that I've been familiar with. And one of the things they really encourage is that families do it together, that the parents get involved, and it's a big family thing. I think from people on the outside who've never participated in martial arts, Jerry, we think you're just teaching the kids how to fight, but there's more to it, yes?
Yeah, of course there is, because it's building confidence. Not only that, but it's good for weight loss. I mean, you're going there for fitness. I mean, you're going there to get in shape, you get confidence. The fighting part is the last thing. I mean, it's there. It's good to know. I think people get confidence. Like for me now, when I started training in there, I mean, I had an incident at the sawmill where I worked, so I joined right away after that. And it's just the confidence I had. I didn't want to fight with anybody, but I had more confidence just knowing that if it happened again, I was on equal grounds now. I wasn't afraid. And that made a big difference for me. So I think it happened.
Are there statistics? Are there research that show that children that participate in martial arts are less bullied? Is there any connection to that?
They have stats on how many people are bullied, but not on the martial. I mean, it's a good one to have, the martial. How many people that do it, are they bullied again?
Okay.
We don't really hear it. We get the end when they get picked on and they come to the school.
Yeah.
So we're there to help. We're there to help them through it. And like I say, it's a big part of it. Then the parents putting them in some kind of, and I think it's good that the parents do work out with them, because if the kids talk a little more often and they train with them and parents become their friends, they'll talk a little more. Because it's the ones that don't say anything and the ones that are committing suicide. They got nowhere to turn. They're humiliated. They definitely don't want to go back to school.
Absolutely. Okay,
worst case scenario, right?
So what kind of advice, if you've got, and I mean, we see this all the time on social media, the kids are just mean and they're posting stuff, and it's not even face-to-face bullying, right? It's cyberbullying that they're doing online. And so, besides just enrolling them in their next martial arts, what advice do you have to parents? What can they say to their kids? How can they help them to combat what's happening to them on sometimes even a daily basis?
They got to somehow find out what's, they got to know when their kid's in trouble, or, the kid doesn't want to go to school anymore, or they drop them off like a couple blocks away. They don't want to go anymore. And they got to see the symptoms. They got to see them ahead of time. They got to know their kids are bullied, because, like I said, most kids won't talk about it. They're just too embarrassed to tell their parents, the parents. See, for us, the program, it's good for kids that have been picked on and that don't want to go out, because the program is made for people that can train at home. And we talk about money. To get a whole family into martial arts, it's expensive. Like, it's really expensive to go to a school. For a single person, I bet you it's over $100 a month. So when you get a family in there, $200-300 a month is a lot of money to pay.
Yeah.
So it's financing too, right? It seems like the ones that can afford it are the ones probably that are doing some of the bullying.
Right. It is. It's this catch-22 sometimes, right? And we know health concerns, physical injury, social, emotional distress, and of course, even death. Jerry, you've created the Martial Art Extreme DVD training program. Tell me what that's about. How does that work?
Well, what we've done is it fits a person's program on what they want to do. If they want to work out 2 days a week, or 3 days a week, or 4 or 5 days a week, we got a program in there that they can do that. All you do is just put in your DVD, or there's also a streaming system, and you just plug in that workout and you go with it. Like, some people they can't work out 5 days a week.
Right.
So what you do is you take the program that you have, and it tells you which workout you're going to do next. We've got it. It's in the training manual. I mean, for us, and there's 10 different workouts. So you're not gonna do the same workout over and over. And what I mean by that is, like, in one class, you'll have just like a straight boxing class only, like hands only. Another class, we call it's a string day, where you go underneath the string and you do your techniques, and then you come back and you do it on the other side. So it's a variety of workouts. So it's not the same thing you're doing over and over, and you're getting bored. And so even at 5 days a week, you won't see the same workout till the third week.
How do people get your Extreme DVD training program, Jerry?
Website, we just opened the website up, and the streaming system's available. Basically just opened it up just a few days ago.
Nice. Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, well, thanks. It took a long time. It took about 7-8 years to put the program together, because I kept changing it. And even up to last month, we were doing changes on it.
Okay. What's the website?
martialartextreme.com.
martialartextreme.com. Jerry, thanks so much for being with us today. Congratulations, and thank you for what you're doing to help parents get their children through this epidemic of childhood bullying. It's going to make a big difference. Thank you for being with us today.
Great. Thank you.
You're welcome. martialartextreme.com. Have you ever taken martial arts, Ricky Lee?
I have not, but my brother did, and I saw how fantastic it can be for confidence building and discipline and just development of an overall ability to interact better with humans and feel more confident in those social settings.
It is amazing that, when we talk about confidence, I think it's easy to dismiss it, right? Mm-hmm. How important that really is to your self-esteem, to dealing with bullies at school. But when you've got a program, when you've got that support, and especially if you're doing it as a family, it makes such a big difference, opens up those lines of communication as well. And I don't think I've ever met anybody who has not been bullied in some way or another. And so watching our children go through it is probably one of the hardest things as a parent, because you really do feel pretty helpless in that whole arena. So getting them involved in martial arts, I know there's a lot of programs, there's a lot of things. And I know for the schools, they really feel as if their hands are tied, as to what they can do, how they can, what their hands really are tied in many ways for how to approach it.
Yeah, and really I think advice for parents is really taking that time to just promote a positive mindset about who you are and who your child is, and to be good with who they are in that body, in that person. And that can prevent so many issues and problems later on and prevent them from being quite as affected by bullying.
Right. Kids, though, kids can be so mean. And adults, too. I mean, we're watching it online, on social media, right? You know, anonymous posting, and people can be so cruel. Check out the Martial Art Extreme DVD program that Jerry put together, martialartextreme.com. Ricky Lee hanging out with me today. Thanks so much. We're so excited. Check us out online at experiencepros.com.
America's home for positive business talk. You're listening to the Experience Pros radio show. Contact them on the web at experiencepros.com.
KDMT, Denver's Money Talk 1690 AM.
Ben Franklin once pointed out that the only certainty in life is death and taxes. Are you concerned about how the new tax bill is going to affect you or your business? Are you trying to tackle taxes on your own? Standard deductions, net operating loss, pass-through deductions, it's enough to make your head